Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Jaya Gopi Jana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Gaur, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Sri Gaur Purnima Maha Mahotsav ki jai. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna. Today, on this most auspicious day of the divine appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we're going to read from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhyam Leela, Chapter 7, The Lord's Tour of South India, text 128. Jyare dekha thare kaha Krishna upadesh.
Jyare dekha thare kaha Krishna upadesh.
Amar agyay guru haya thara eidesh.
Amar agyay guru haya thara eidesh.
Yare dekha thare kaha Krishna upadesh.
Jyare dekha thare kaha Krishna upadesh.
Amar agyay guru haya thara eidesh.
Amar agyay guru haya thara eidesh.
Yare dekha thare kaha Krishna upadesh.
Jyare dekha thare kaha Krishna upadesh.
Amar agyay guru haya thara eidesh.
Amar agyay guru haya thara eidesh.
Yare dekha thare kahe Krishna upadesh.
Yare dekha thare kaha Krishna upadesh.
Amar agyay guru hena thare desh.
Amar agyay guru haya thara eidesh.
Yare dekha thare kaha Krishna upadesh.
Yare dekha thare kaha Krishna upadesh.
Amar agyay guru hana thare desh.
Amar agyay guru haya thara eidesh.
Yare dekha thare kaha Krishna upadesh.
Yare dekha thare kaha Krishna upadesh.
Amara kyaya guru haya thara eidesh.
Amar agyay guru haya thara eidesh.
Mataji's.
Yare dekha thare kaha Krishna upadesh.
Jare dekha thare kaha Krishna upadesh.
Amar agyay guru hana thara eidesh.
Amar agyay guru haya thara eidesh.
Yare dekha thare kaha Krishna upadesh.
Yare dekha thare kaha Krishna upadesh.
Amar agyay guru haya thara eidesh.
Amar agyay guru haya thara eidesh.
Jare, whomever, dekha, you meet, thare, him, kaha, tell, Krishna Upadesh, the instruction of the Bhagavad Gita, as it is spoken by the Lord, or of Srimad Bhagavatam, which advises one to worship Sri Krishna. Amara Agyaya, under my order, Guru Haya, becoming a spiritual master, Thara, delivered, Aidesh, this country. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Instruct everyone to follow the orders of Lord Sri Krishna as they are given in the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. In this way, become a spiritual master and try to liberate everyone in this land. Please repeat after me. Instruct everyone to follow the orders of Lord Sri Krishna as they are given in the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. In this way become a spiritual master and try to liberate everyone in this land. Purport. This is the sublime mission of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Many people come and inquire whether they have to give up family life to join the society. But that is not our mission. One can remain comfortably in his residence. We simply request everyone to chant the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. If one is a little literate and can read Bhagavad Gita as it is and Srimad Bhagavatam, that is so much the better. These works are now available in an English translation and are done with authoritatively to appeal to all classes of men. Instead of living engrossed in material activities, people throughout the world should take advantage of this movement and chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra at home with their families. One should also refrain from sinful activities, illicit sex, meat eating, gambling, and intoxication. Out of these 4 items, illicit sex is very sinful. Every person must get married. Every woman especially must get married. If the woman outnumber the man, some men can accept more than one wife. In that way, there will be no prostitution in society. If men can marry more than one wife, illicit sex will be stopped. One can also produce many nice preparations to offer Krishna: grain, fruit, flowers, and milk. Why should one indulge in unnecessary meat eating and maintain horrible slaughterhouses? What is the use of smoking and drinking tea and coffee? People are already intoxicated by material enjoyment, and if they indulge in further intoxication, what chance is there for self-realization? Similarly, one should not partake in gambling and unnecessarily agitate the mind. The real purpose of human life is to attain the spiritual platform and return to Godhead. That is the summum bonum of spiritual realization. The Krishna consciousness movement is trying to elevate human society to the perfection of life by pursuing the method described by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his advice to the Brahmana Kurma. That is, one should stay at home, chant the Hare Krishna mantra, and preach the instruction of Krishna as they are given in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Yare dekha thare kaha Krishna upadesh, Amar agyai guru haya thara eidesh. Instruct everyone to follow the orders of Lord Sri Krishna as they are given in the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. In this way, become a spiritual master and try to liberate everyone in this land. Shishigo Nitai, Jai Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani Ki Jai. Om Jnanatimandasya Jnanashalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manovistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagaryatam Sahagana Raghunathan Tam Tvam Sajiva Sadvaitam Savadutam Brijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padana Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanitam Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Susti Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpadambrascha Kripa Sindhu Yevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So Hare Krishna, today is a very special day, as already announced, the divine appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which is none other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Vajendranandan se, Sachi Sutta Hoila se, Balaram Hoila Nitai. That is what Scripture says, that the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, and he came to this material world accompanied by his divine brother Nityananda Prabhu, which is none other than Balaram. So we have chosen this verse from Chaitanya Chamrita because it is one of the most important instructions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has been described as the most munificent incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Actually, he is not an incarnation, he is Krishna himself. Rupa Goswami prays Namo Maha Vedanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namani Gaur Tvishe Namaha. He actually has come to this material world in order to distribute freely love of Godhead, Krishna Prem, which is the highest stage a living entity can achieve. There is another beautiful verse written by Rupa Goswami out of Vidakta Madhava, a drama which Rupa Goswami wrote, which states Anarpita Chirim Chirat Karunaya Vatirna Kalo Samarpaita Munat Ujjvala Rasam Swabhakti Sriyam. Rupa Goswami writes that Anarpita Chirim Chirat, he has come and given something which hasn't been given for a long time. What is that which hasn't been given for a long time? Unujjvala Rasam, like the most confidential mellow of servitorship. What does it mean that it hasn't been given for so long? Sri Krishna appears once in the day of Lord Brahma, and 500 years, after Krishna's appearance, which is towards the end of Dwapara Yuga, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears in the beginning of Kali Yuga. And that happens every day in Brahma's life. So, what is the duration of Brahma's one day? It has been described in the scriptures that Brahma's day has got 1,000 Divya Yugas. One Divya Yuga is a cycle of Satya, Treta, Dwapara and Kali Yuga. So Kali Yuga has got a duration of 432,000 years. And Dwapara Yuga, double 800,064 years. Treta, triple 1,296,000 years. And Satya Yuga 4 times, which comes to 1,728. 728,000. So, together, one Divya Yuga has which duration? Who is good in maths? Very good. Here's the expert. ETH absolvent. So now 4,320,000 years. It's an unimaginable span of time. So now this times 1,000 makes 4,320,000,000 years. And the same duration is one night of Brahma. So it is an inconceivable long period of time, which is in between the appearance of the Supreme Personality of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, which then is followed by the appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And we just followed 500 years after, so we can actually imagine how fortunate we are to have appeared or have taken birth in such a short distance to the appearance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's why it has been described by Rupa Goswami that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given something which hasn't given before for such a long time. And what has been given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the divine love between Radha and Krishna, the most confidential conjugal rasa. And who has given that? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which has been described as a Hari, what is the third? Hari Sundra Duti, I've forgotten. describes that Hari, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, with a golden complexion, splendid golden complexion, has appeared. And Rupa Goswami prays that Sada Hrida Kandare Spuratu Va Sachinandana, that Supreme Personality of Godhead who has appeared in a golden complexion, may he eternally reside in the innermost court of my heart. So, there we see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's magnanimous nature. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It has been said that he has come as Krishna in order to manifest his eternal pastimes, accompanied by his associates, by his friends. But he hasn't given the devotional service as such. That's why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come in his most magnanimous form as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as a devotee of himself, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has been described, the reason for his coming in Chaitanya Charitamrita has been described in two different ways. One is the internal reason, and another is the external reasons of his appearance. The external reasons is that he has come in order to establish Dharma and to inaugurate the Juga Dharma, which is the chanting of the holy names. It has been described in the scriptures, according to the 4 different yugas, there are different processes recommended for attaining the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So it's stated that in Satya Yuga, Krita Jat Dhyayate Vishnu, in Satya Yuga the process is meditation. In Satya Yuga the people live for 100,000 of years. So it's a very long span of duration of life. And the quality of the people, the characteristics, are also very conducive in order to execute meditation. There are different examples given in the scriptures of individuals who have meditated for 40,000, 60,000 years. Then in Treta Yuga, the process is performing different sacrifices. And in Dwapara Yuga, the process is to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the temple. And in Kali Yuga, it has been stated that Kaler Tat Hari Kirtana. The process is to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead through the chanting of his holy names, Tat Hari Kirtana. So, according to the qualification of the living entities which inhabit the different yugas, accordingly, different processes have been given. And in Kali Yuga, which is also called the Iron Age, the qualification of the living entities have actually reduced to a very great extent. It has been said that prayeshu alpahayusha, that the lifespan is very shortened of the living entities, as well as also they are very much unfortunate, lazy, misguided, and on top of that, always disturbed. Manda sumanda matayo, manda bhagya, hi upadruta. So these are a lot of disqualification for the living entity to be engaged in the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But out of His causeless mercy, the Lord has appeared in His most munificent incarnation, or as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, where He actually doesn't ask for any special qualification. The only qualification is actually to accept the Lord's instruction, which are given here in the text. These are the instructions which Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given on his travel to South India. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has accepted sannyas at a very early age in order to teach and to distribute love of Godhead freely. So after taking sannyas, accepting the renounced order of life, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Jagannath Puri and informed his associates and the devotees there of his desire to travel to South India. Naturally, the devotees and his closest associates, headed by Nityananda Prabhu, were very much disturbed due to the imminent appearance of losing the association of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And immediately they proposed that many of them could accompany him, that he shouldn't go alone, that it will be very strenuous and there wouldn't be a guarantee for security and shelter. Traveling through all the jungles and different areas, there might be some danger. So the request was there that some devotees, a couple of devotees actually should accompany, but Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wasn't very much inclined. Still, Nityananda Prabhu made the suggestion, or gave the very convincing argument, that at least one devotee Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu should take as a servant, because that he was constantly engaged in chanting the holy names, in one hand holding the beads, and in the other hand he used to count. Prabhupada actually made a point there that from that statement we can understand that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by his example actually showed that there is a specific number of rounds to be chanted, which could be understood by the mentioning of the fact that he was counting in one hand. So Nityananda Prabhu made that point and said, in order to carry his clothes and kandula, the begging pot, it would be helpful and needful to have one assistant accompanying him. So finally, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu agreed, and Kala Krishna Das was selected by Nityananda Prabhu to accompany Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on his travels to southern India. So, before leaving, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu met with Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, one of the leading scholars of that time, and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya actually had requested Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on his travels to South India, while passing Vidyanagar, which was situated at the banks of Godavari river, the holy river, to visit Ramananda Roy. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya stated that even being of a low-class caste, Ramananda Roy was actually belonging to Kayasta class, which is considered to be Shudra class. But he was in a very high position. He was actually the governor of that specific area, which was delegated under the rule of King Prataparudra. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said that even having disposed and seemingly being of a low caste, he actually has a very profound knowledge and a very devotional nature. So he requested Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, while traveling there, to go and visit him. So then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu agreed, and they started off. So just at that time, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left the house of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, out of severe separation, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya actually fainted. But it is said that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't pay heed to it and just left the place. So Prabhupada makes the point here that, as well as confirmed in the scriptures, that a pure devotee of the Lord has a character which is soft like a lotus petal, but at the same time he also has the other side, which is hard like a thunderbolt, and nobody really can estimate when the devotee will exhibit which side, because it is understood that naturally, if somebody encounters the fainting of a person, that he will stay there and check till the person who fainted comes to consciousness again or is concerned about his well-being. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't pay much heed, and he just left the place. So while leaving Jagannath Puri, a crowd followed Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on his way to Alalanath, headed by Nityananda Prabhu. A huge crowd of devotees accompanied him to that place. But then reaching Alalanath, desiring to go further, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told everyone, now it's time. And once again, without much consideration, he just left, accompanied by Krishna Das. So on his way, whichever place he actually visited, he would chant and dance in ecstasy and exhibit different symptoms of love of Godhead, which would attract old people. And in that way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually convinced and induced everyone he met to chant the holy name of the Lord and to receive, to have the good fortune to be a recipient of the love of God which Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu distributed. In this regard, we can state another verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, which is actually describing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There it is said, Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam Sankopangasta Parshadam Yagyai Sankita Prayan Yajantihi Sumedadam. Krishna Varnam, constantly uttering the name of Krishna, Tvisha Krishnam, but having a different complexion and not blackish complexion. Sankopangasta Parshadam, being accompanied by his associates, by servants, and Astra, being endowed by the weapons, and Parshadam, accompanied by confidential associates. Here the word Astra, weapons, the Supreme Personality of Godhead always carries some weapons. Generally it's the club and the Sudarshan Darshan, the Sudarshan Chakra, which the Supreme Personality of Godhead uses in order to regulate up to the killing of miscreants and demoniac personalities. But Shiva Goswami makes the point that in his form as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his astra, his weapon, is actually his beauty, his all-attractive nature, and that he used very much on his travels to South India. He attracted the different living entities just by his splendid beauty and his exhibition of pure devotion. So then, while traveling further to South India, he came to a place called Kurmakshetra, the place where they worship Kurma, the incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead as a tortoise. And there he was invited by a Brahmin called Kurma. And that is actually the incident where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stated these instructions, Yare Dekha Tarikaha Krishna Upadesh Amaragai Guruhaya Tara Edesh. This Brahmin Kurma was very much attracted. He was of very gentle nature, very devoted, respectful. He invited Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to come to his house. While being at his house, they worshipped him, greeted him, washed his feet, and served him delicious foodstuffs. Then, being very much attracted by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Kurma actually expressed his desire, understanding the futility of material life, to join the Lord on his travel. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu declined and told him, don't even think of that. You better stay at your place, but perform kirtan, chant the holy names, and whoever you meet, be it your family members or your acquaintance, your friends, tell them about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Tell them about the instructions the Supreme Lord gave, and try to induce them to follow the process in order also to be recipient of the Lord's mercy. And in that way, he actually guaranteed kurma. In that way, you will be always in the association and you will be protected from the onslaughts of the material nature. I think this is very nicely described. I can read it quickly in the following text. Text 129. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu further advised the Brahman Kurma, if you follow this instruction, your materialistic life at home will not obstruct your spiritual advancement. Indeed, if you follow these regulative principles, we will again meet, or rather, you will never lose my company. Prabhupada's purport is also very nice. This is an opportunity for everyone, purport by Srila Prabhupada. If one simply follows the instructions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu under the guidance of his representative and chants the Hare Krishna mantra, teaching everyone as far as possible the same principle, the contamination of the materialistic way of life will not even touch him. It does not matter whether one lives in a holy place like Vrindavan, Navadvip or Jagannath Puri, or in the midst of European cities, where the materialistic way of life is very prominent. If a devotee follows the instructions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he lives in the company of the Lord. Wherever he lives, he converts that place into Vrindavan and Navadvip. This means that materialism cannot touch him. This is the secret of success for one advancing in Krishna consciousness. So here we can see that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, actually gives the guarantee. If one simply follows this process of chanting the holy name and abiding by the instructions given in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, the Lord actually will protect one from all the dangers of this material world. Here we actually can consider and have to understand that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement in a way is actually a revolutionary movement. According to the Vedic understanding, the process for development is much more complicated. According to the Vedic version, one actually has to get purified by different samskars, and in that way gradually elevate oneself up to the stage where one accepts a living form and develops the qualities of a Brahmin. Because only if one reaches the stage of Brahminical life will one be able to understand the supreme truth. And that process, according to Vedas, may take a couple of lifetimes. And demands rigid qualification from the individual's part. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, being the most munificent and merciful incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, recognizing the fallen state of Kali Yuga, the inhabitants of Kali Yuga, he made it actually very simple. not considering which kind of status or caste or creed one is coming from, simply by the acceptance of the instructions given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, everyone actually will be able to reach the desired goal, to reach perfection. And what is that perfection? That perfection is actually to mukta sangha sajayate, or as it has been described in another verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, where it states that Kale dosha nija rajan asti hieka mahan gunan. There it describes that this age of Kali is an ocean of faults. So we can imagine an ocean of faults. It is overwhelming. This age is actually overwhelming with inabilities, with faults. But it is stated, Asti hi eko mahat gunan. But there is one big advantage. And what is that? Kirtanat eva krishnasya mukta sangha param vrajet. The chanting of Krishna's name. And that actually, who engages in the chanting of Krishna's name, mukta sangha, he actually will be freed from material association, param vrajet, and will be eligible to reach the supreme abode. Same statement has been given in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, where it also states mukta sangha sajayate, meaning that Bhagavad Bhakti, that verse states evam prasanna manaso Bhagavad Bhakti yogataha Bhagavad Tattva Vijnana. Like, by being engaged in Bhagavad Bhakti yogataha, one actually realizes Bhagavad Tattva Vijnanam, that the transcendental nature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and through that mukta sangha sajayate.